Now I see.
The Topeka newsletter is really kind of what brought about this whole, this show, this thing that you've had
It's
going.
an amalgamation of all like different kinds of things. Like you know, we started the restaurants. We needed to get people to come in, so we had like you know, that we had abilities to contact their emails, and then we started saying, well, you know, we should do some other stuff. And Kim's like, well, we should maybe put some events and stuff in there for other people because people don't know what's going on. And we both don't like the fact that people say, or used to say, they don't say it to us anymore, about the whole, there's nothing to do in Topeka. Every time I say that, I'm going to do it some other kind of inflection. Because I don't want to hear it in the normal tone any longer.
People from Arkansas are really upset still.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? After this, they're probably going to say there's nothing to do in Topeka, and they're probably going to be right. And I'm sorry, folks in Arkansas. I really am sorry.
But the whole point is to have a database and to be able to let people get in touch with someone, or at least know where to go. Have one solid place where you can find the information about what's going on.
Yep. That's the biggest thing is not everybody has all the time in the world to search around. I mean, it's out there on the internet and all that kind of stuff, but it's finding it. And if you don't know, if you like live music, but you didn't know that this particular bar was even around, you wouldn't know to go to their website. And to this day, this is my 8th year, I just sent 3 emails to 3 brand new bars that have opened up within the last 6 months, or on Facebook saying, here's an opportunity, it's free, whatever, and please send me your stuff. And they keep popping up. And I'm looking for it, though. Most people aren't just looking for it.
Does the subject line in your email say something like, this is in your best interest to send me the information?
Yes. Yeah. This is free. And the problem is I know they're all busy. Like, that's the hardest problem is they're all busy. A new business hasn't established the importance of planning. So they'll be like, it's Tuesday, and they're like, oh, let's bring this band in on Saturday. And then they pay $200 for this band to come in or something, and no one comes in, and then all they can do is complain about, well, no one came. Well, but no one knew because you thought about it on Tuesday, you put a Facebook event out on Thursday, which to your 500 people, and that's just not the way a business should work. So not only have I been for the last 8 years trying to compile this, I've been educating businesses on the importance.
She looks at it in a different way. You know, a lot of people in journalism, theater, the kind of people like we are, like we look at the package of what it is. She's an accountant, so she looks at it as like, how am I going to get all of these little events in here? And it's very numerical for her in the thinking.
I've got an analytical
and it's different. And so we can sit here and look at that stuff and present it. But she's the one that gets out there and goes and gets the information and finds it. And luckily, you know, we've got the Topeka newsletter. We have people like Kim. We have people like Carice Mapes with 785 Magazine who are doing this so that all of those tools, because this, you know, this newsletter, 785, all those things, and we're both going to have both of those guys on here. But they all started right around the same time. And it was because it was so blatantly painful to hear people say that there's nothing to do in Topeka. And so this is just an expansion of that. And I think, I really don't do the advertising there or the gathering this. This is all Kim on the Topeka newsletter. But I do think that it's made a tremendous difference because a lot of people are using your information to populate other items as well.
Right.
So
people are stealing, not stealing.
No, steal away.
They're supposed to
steal
steal.
away.
They're supposed, because even like other places, I say this is the centralized place. A bar or whatever needs to send one person the information. Let me put it in here, and if you have a calendar, take my information. I would like for you to, you know, credit the newsletter, but don't start up your own newsletter to go out and inform people about this. Give me their email addresses and I can do it for you. Or use your email addresses and send out my website and you can promote it. I'm not the only one that should be sending out my link in a newsletter. If you have, like, if you're working at Westar or Bartlett and West or any of the Goodall Stratton or any of the bigger corporations in Topeka, and you want to keep your people informed, this right here is a free resource that you should send out to your employees every single month when it comes to you and say, by the way, this is going on. State of Kansas, which I've been blocked from all of their emails because they've got their spam that doesn't let it in. So I lost all those emails so that, you know, some of them have been converted, but since most of our customers were state employees, when we gathered the information, it was emails that I can't use anymore, so they don't get it. But the state, why are we not taking this and putting it out there and saying, here's a resource, it's already done. All you have to do is copy the link. And that's kind of what I'm trying. That's my next step now, is to do that. This is 100% free. And still looking for sponsors, someone to pay for me to do it.
That's where we're getting at. It is about passion, because it's not like it's not
Does anyone want to write a check?
Right. Yes.
If you want to advertise in it, that's great. But it's not. It's advertising. It's the same thing with this show. You know, we have got to put it all together on our own. And you know, for people who are interested and they like this, you know, and they want us to continue, they want the newsletter to continue. You know, we do have advertising opportunities, we do have sponsorship opportunities, and we need them in order to exist.
Right.
And so if you like this, and this is kind of a small little plug, but if you do like this, contact Kim, because she's handling that, and she could totally work something out with you. And we would love to partner with some folks to be able to continue this mission between the Topeka newsletter and Talk About Topeka.
But this becomes a really big thing too, just as a community. We all kind of need to act as a whole and be able to have all of these things so that we can all be attached to this community in one way or another, whatever it is, with our different likes and our different abilities. But there's so many different things that also need money, organizations and groups that are needing some help and some people out there.
Well, I started this because it was every meeting they wanted this information. Every meeting it was like, we need one centralized location to go to. Every meeting. I'm Heartland Visioning, so I'm on the arts, I'm on the rec, I'm on all these different committees, and they're all wanting to start up these calendars. And I was like, okay, you can't all start up your own calendar. I've been doing the newsletter now because you guys said to do it. I'm going to do it because there's no money out there. That we talked about it, and not one person stepped up and said, well, I'll go ahead and hire somebody, you know, at a nice full-time job and make this, full of information, because this is a lot of work. But I got tired of it, so I said, oh, forget it. I'm just going to do something simple. And it's grown to about 70 pages. It's got over 600
It's huge. It is a great resource.
Events, and it's all on one page. And I've asked people before, I was like, you know, I've been told to, it's a website now, to have like a section, click and go here. No, I don't want that. I want you just to color code it. I want your sections, and I want to be able to just to skim through it really fast so I can go, oh, that catches my eye, that catches my eye. Because even pushing on a tab to go to another page is too much work sometimes for people, because they don't think that they want to go to a nonprofit event. So on mine, you're scrolling down, you see a poster, and like, oh wow, Great Overland Station's having a Western cookout. This kind of sounds fun. What is this about? And then they can go to the website and look at it. Or we're gonna look over here, and we're gonna, wow, I didn't know we had car shows in Topeka. I saw cars in parking lots, but I didn't know what that was about. Here's a whole section with all the car things, or the farmers market. I mean, we have 3 farmers markets, so not everyone knows that.
I thought we only had one. I don't know.
3. We have downtown, we have Monday at the library, and we have Wednesday by the Capitol.
Does the library do everything now?
They do.
Jeez, is
They're
that just their
awesome.
own little world?
They have
can just
they have free
sustain
movies
everything
all summer long, free kid movies at the library. You know, they've got
so great.
The resources there are incredible, and they're one of my people that send me their stuff every single month. Those and the zoo. The Children's Discovery Center just added adult night.
Oh, I know. It's
Yeah.
what is
It's
it?
like
Science Night
it's like
Live.
the second.
You
like
weren't there
second-
with me. When I went to Topeka Gives, I was talking to Joanne Morale. In fact, she's going to come on the show sometime. I know, we've talked about that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But she was talking about, it was called Science Night Live. So yeah, it's something fun and interesting for adults.
It's like Second Friday. I didn't have that stuff.
But why
with
would
it,
you
but-
look at the Kansas Discovery Center?
Yeah, for as an adult, because I don't have a kid. So how am I going to find out about this? I'm not going to join the Facebook page to find out about it, because I don't have a kid that's going to go there. It's in the Topeka newsletter. You're like, what? You know, so
We are going to have plenty of opportunities
Oh, yeah.
to speak with Kim as she comes back on the show with us, because she'll come back. I think Carice
We're
from
alternating
785 and
every
Kim are
other-
going to
every other
alternate
week.
to come back and keep us updated on all the events, because we want those things to be
Miracle
out
on Kansas Avenue coming up. That's going to be coming up November 29th. So we'll talk about that.
Well, there's so many things in there we're going to be talking about, but We have so much talking
you
to
wanna
do
do the
before November
Fiesta
29th.
parade?
Fiesta! Let's do that first.
Right now with the construction.
I
and
just
the
want to
parade.
irritate Chris.
She's
See
totally,
how long?
yes.
See how he's starting to get irritated?
There are two women in this studio who are trying to
Hey,
irritate
but you have
me,
the
and I'm going to
Rockin',
say
the
this.
reunion concert featuring Nashville Band and the big rock show on June 14th downtown.
What about Tap That?
And Tap That. That's some beer right there.
Yeah, that's coming up.
I'm
That's coming up.
like, you know what? I don't even work that night. I might have to tap that.
I might have to tap that.
On that note, the two women who are driving me crazy, folks, don't go away. We'll be back with more. Thank you, Kim Schultz. Well, it's Aaron Aldridge and Maribel Munoz. How are you?
So excited
I'm
that you
great,
guys are
thank you.
here.
Thanks
This is
for having
perfect.
us.
I know today, it sounds like Boy Scouts. We're talking about Jayhawk Area Council, right?
Yeah,
Council
yeah.
Boy Scouts of America.
Yes.
And that's the Boy Scouts here. But you actually do a program called 20 Under 40. So we need to hear a little bit more about that. We thought it was all about camping and like how to get bears out of your campgrounds.
Hey, we do that stuff too. I mean, it's camping season right now. I don't know that there are many bears in Kansas,
Oh, yeah.
but we do send kids on high adventure trucks
Yeah,
and things like that.
just
so
in
it's
case.
important. So 20 Under 40 is a program that started in 2010 to recognize outstanding young individuals in our community. It was an idea that came together from a volunteer committee that said, hey, there's a lot of people that are doing great things that aren't the normal award winners when it comes to award banquets and things like that in our town because, we're young. So this program started and it's for people that are the ages of about 18 to 40 and just doing great things in our community.
You've had some really young ones as well doing great things.
Yeah, we have, and they continue to do great things. Last year was our youngest with Zach Haney. He had just turned 18. So he has gone on to open another business and get his name out there. And it's pretty phenomenal that we can recognize these folks and then see that it doesn't stop with that recognition. It keeps going on and on and on.
Yeah.
And I know that you're part of the steering committee, Maribel Munoz.
Yes.
So we're so excited to have you here as well. And being a part of the steering committee, you're seeing, this is probably your first year, but you have been an honoree in the past. So tell us kind of what you're taking from being an honoree to now, helping figure out who's going to be the next honorees.
Well, first of all, I was really excited to be nominated for something like this, and so it's good to remember that when you're nominating other individuals. It's not necessarily individuals that are expecting it or hoping for it. It's individuals that are really making a difference out there for Topeka. And some of them, it's harder for them to even get out there than others, but nonetheless, we want to recognize those who are making a difference. And it really means a lot to be nominated for this and to one, other people are actually recognizing you, which is great because that's not one of the reasons you're doing it. And two, once you're recognized, actually for other people who don't even know you to decide, yes, you know what, based on this huge group of individuals, you are the one that we want to nominate and put out there and say thank you to. And that just means a lot because generally you're not doing it for that reason, but when you have that recognition, it's just, it means a lot.
It really does, yeah.
Chef Michelle Bryan.
You are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. You know what? I've actually eaten your, what was it, gooey cake? Was it gooey cake?
Oh, the gooey butter cake.
Oh my good night. Just the title of that just makes me so hungry.
I've actually got a strawberry one downstairs right now.
Okay, I saw that and I was wondering, but there was like a little line of people so excited, to buy all your baked goods. And the protein bar? What was that? Is that really a protein bar?
Yeah, it is. It's a combination of like a protein-rich cereal instead of Rice Krispies, and then protein powder added to it and some trail mix.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it looked like deadly. Like it could just bomb your diet, but it doesn't. It sounds like it's pretty healthy.
It is
Good
pretty
for you.
healthy, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, so the first time I ever actually became or kind of knew about you was through Chris. Chris has talked about you before, and I know that you guys do a lot of things at the break room. You have your nice little cabaret theater there, and you have lots of different storylines and things that are going on in these plays, and you design a dinner around it.
Well, I do my best.
No, okay, I don't think that you do your best. I think that you are quite strategic about it because you, what was it, Driving Miss Daisy? What did you have? You had something like a fried chicken or something, but then you had all these extra.
Oh, I did a combination of like Southern and Jewish cuisine together.
Yes.
Yes.
Like who thinks that way?
I did a matzo ball gumbo, and then we had They were like sweet potato latkes with the meal and stuff. So just kind of, mixing things together. That's what I like to do.
Makes it that much more fun.
It does. No, but
shows.
see, that's what I think people love is when they go out to eat, they like the meal to be catered to them, like for it to be made just for them, and people like that. I mean, that's really, I think that's exciting for people, and people like to be entertained with their food, let alone what you're actually doing on the stage. They want all of that.
Yeah, well, that was our goal, was to put together the whole package, because that's what it's about. Because it's not just theater, it's not just dinner, it's dinner, theater together. So you can't just do one or the other, you got to do both.
Yeah. And today we're going to talk about the Great Overland Station, kind of a big deal here in this community because it's so incredibly beautiful. We have Betty Allen here with us. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. Now, I do know that you have your 10th anniversary gala that is coming up. How do people get invited to that? I should ask that first.
Well, they can.
Or need to be a big deal?
It's a big deal. Oh. It's a big fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a big fundraiser, one of our two, that and the Railroad Festival. But they can call the Great Overland Station and make reservations, and it's on our website. It'll be in the paper this week, and it's June 20th. And the fun thing is it's not a black tie event. It's going to be a gala, but it's going to be Western chic. So it's going to be Western.
Ooh, so like denim and diamonds.
Denim and diamonds.
Of course, that would be me if I showed up.
And of course, cowboy boots.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a great event.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
But it's been, in this community, obviously the Great Overland Station has been here for a very long time.
Yes.
But it has gone through some major renovations, some beautiful renovations. And so that's why it's the 10-year anniversary since all of that.
Yes, exactly. It was built in 27. So through that time, there's been a lot going on. But it was given to the Topeka Railroad days, and it was late 1999, somewhere in that time frame. And they started renovating it in 2000, and they had their first grand opening in 2004. So we are celebrating 10 years, and I've been there 9 of those 10 years.
It's interesting, when the old Topeka Civic Theater used to be over there, I used to go over there when I was in high school, and I used to work there, volunteer over there, right over there. And that place, it was there, but it was sealed up and it was a burned out shell, basically. And there was so much that the community came together and put into that. And I have to say, from looking at it when it was a burned out shell to what it is right now, it is spectacular. What happened and how we were able to preserve it as a community. Tell us a little bit about the efforts that went into making that happen.
Like, did you have to hang upside down like Mission Impossible style to paint the ceilings?
I didn't. I missed all of that. See, I came when everything was done. See, I timed it right.
Yeah.
Well, we have a bunch going on with the Topeka
Yes, we
Youth
do.
Project.
We certainly do.
We're here. We're plugging the 17th annual golf tournament that you have coming up here on the 27th. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, we're getting into an age thing for me, because this is our 17th annual. And Reese's Fine Foods been a sponsor with us for 17 years, and they provide the $1,000 we give away to closest to the pin, and it's guaranteed to go, and we give it away every year, and it's so exciting to see somebody win $500. You always have the ones where if you hit a hole-in-one, you get a car. That rarely happens. This is going to happen. And then all of our places, the flights are all paid in cash as well. All right. So it's a really unique tournament. We hold it at the Village Green. My son cooks, and Rick Woolley, they come in. They do brats, and they do hamburgers, and they do hot dogs, and they do all kinds of good foods. Yeah. Food's fantastic. Beer carts out there, it's roaming around.
Definitely sign me up.
Yes. This year we changed up a little bit. We usually have an afternoon tournament. This year we decided we were going to go with a morning tournament. So we'll have donuts and juice prior, and then lunch will be ongoing. So as they drive through, they can pick up their lunch as well, or stop and have lunch with us. So, and the price is very reasonable. It's $370 for a team and a whole sign. $100 if you want a whole sign. You can put whatever you want on the whole sign, I suppose within reason. However, I always buy one every year, and I put my grandkids on it and show them as future Topeka Youth Project supporters. And my son has all those in his garage. So we've got to see them for the past The oldest one's 9 now, so he's got 9 golf signs in his garage. And then it's $320 if they just want a team. So it's a lot of fun. We only have fun golfers out there. Everybody's out there to have a good time and enjoy the golf course. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Debbie Gilbo's here with Positive Connections. How you doing, Debbie?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great, doing great. You were on a show a little while ago, and you've got something really big coming up. It's the yearly event, the yearly fundraiser you guys do, the Tap Gala.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's coming up earlier this year. We usually do it in August. It's happening in 2 weeks. So actually a week by the time
it's the 21st. So,
right. So a week.
It's coming. It's sneaking up on you.
It is.
Are you all ready?
Way too fast. No, far be it. But we are trying. It's going to be a really fun evening. We've changed the format along with the date. We've changed the format. So we're going to be doing a lot of interactive games. We have a 20s theme this year. Our motto, if you will, is come help us end the prohibition on social service programming. And so we'll be doing a lot of 20s related theme throughout the evening, and I think it'll be a fun time. So it's a lot different from what we've done.
That's coming up on June 21st, so folks should mark their calendars for that.
Absolutely, and get tickets soon.
And how do folks get the tickets?
Tickets can be gotten through our website, through our Facebook page, or by calling our office. So any of the above, any of the former ways of getting them, they're $60. And I have to have the meal count in by the 19th, so they need to get them soon.
Do that quick, guys, so make sure you get ready for that.
And today we have a wonderful character here with us. Should I say character? Was that rude?
Character, no,
Was
character
that rude?
works.
Okay,
No, that
it works. Okay, we have the Gypsy. He's here with us, and he's from the Skin Art Creations Tattoo Emporium.
That's right.
And this is all in downtown Topeka.
This is in downtown Topeka at 707 Southeast Quincy Avenue.
Okay, we'll talk about your move coming in.
Let's say
but
that
really
on the
quick,
street.
how many tattoos do you have?
Last count,
I thought that was going to be a really difficult question.
about 28.
Yeah, okay, so that's a lot of tattoos. So how long have you been doing that?
Since 1976.
Okay, so that has been even the beginning of your tattoo parlor as well. So you kind of jumped on.
First off, parlor is an incorrect statement.
Oh, is
Politically
it really?
incorrect.
Tell me, what is it?
It's a studio.
It's a studio.
It's an art studio.
Because
Okay.
it's not a parlor. A parlor
don't
is
have
A
ice
parlor is a place where you go to visit a
parlor.
dead friend or sip tea or, sip a mint julep or something. Get your hair done.
So I'm not going to the tattoo parlor later on?
No, you're going to the studio, the tattoo studio. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I would never know that.
Yeah, I tell people all the time. This is something that I tell people whenever they're stressed out, life seems to be getting them down or what have you. I always say, "Where are you from?" I had one lady, "Where are you from?" "I'm from Chicago." "Go home to Chicago for a little while. Take a week." And she said, "Well, why?" I said, "Because that's your home. That's where your roots are at. That's where you were born there. The soil is in your blood. That's your place. Go there." Yes, go there a week. Re-energize your spirit. And then go on and face your problems. And usually if people listen to my advice, it works. It's the same way with Topeka. This is where my roots are. It's in my blood. It's in my spirit. There were times over the 42 years when I would come back to Topeka and I would leave energized. I was sad to leave, but I would leave energized because it refreshed my spirit. It renewed my spirit. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm renewed every day when I wake up.
Finally you're like, screw this, I'm just going back home
I'm
and I'll
home.
stay there.
I'm home.
That works.
And I'm going to do my art here, by God.
Yeah.